Smile, you're on candid camera. Welcome to Raw Vibrant Health. I am Light, and thank you for tuning in to the world's greatest detox show there ever was. I just want to let the ego out today, guys. But really, thanks for being here. There are new people coming. So, hey, thanks for being here if you're new. The show's about regeneration, holistic health, well-being, a healthy lifestyle, doing the inner work, spiritual paths. There's many paths. In my opinion, there isn't just one path. There's many more than we can really comprehend. And in my opinion, don't be offended. There's just one God or one universe. There's just one love. There's just one. We're all one, right? Don't get offended. My God's better than your God. Guys, that's the problem with the world. They want to divide us. And I'm not going to get into things that will offend people, but they want to divide us. Unity consciousness. It's the time for unity consciousness. Okay, I don't know why I just went straight into that, but I felt like it needed to be said. I was just trying to do a simple video. But you guys know I just, whatever comes to my heart, I just feel like I need to say stuff sometimes. So anyways, hey, so thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I love all the comments that you guys are dropping, and let me know who's still out there with me. Some of you guys have been around for a long time, and it's pretty cool that you're still watching this strange man, okay? But I wanted to talk about something today something that's important, that is really definitely for beginners who are getting into the detoxing and fasting, but even people who have been doing it for as long as I have, even longer, because we need those reminders. Because sometimes when you're doing the detox, like my buddy today, I was on a call today, and he's going for the juice. He's going for the fruits. Like, he's really going for the juice for the first time. He's on the fruits, but he's going, and you know who you are, brother. He's going for it. And so it's just, you want to remember that things can get intense, because the symptoms that this guy was experiencing is intense. Like, they can be intense, and sometimes they will be amplified. Your symptoms from before can come back, and they can even seem to be a little bit more, they shouldn't be too much more intense. Sometimes they can be a little bit more intense than usual when you're detoxing, but it shouldn't go on for too long. If it is, then your kidneys aren't filtering, and you're not getting the mucoid plaque out of your bowels, and there's still obstructions. And so when there's blockages in your body, encumbrances that are blocking the flow of energy, you're going to have issues. You know? And so when you're breaking a fast, and guys, I know juicing is technically not a fast. I know, but you know what? Whatever. Talk all the shit you want, but for sake of just, we're trying to help the masses here. Not everyone's going to water fast. Okay, so, but either way, a water or a juice fast, if you're going to be breaking that thing, you want to be thinking about how much stuff have you gotten out? Did you get a lot? Did you actually see, when you got the stuff out from where? Number 2. And then if you're peeing in a jar like everybody should when they're juice fasting or water fasting, you want to checking your kidney filtration. You want to have a good idea, and then how were you feeling before the fast, right? And have you been coughing up chunks of and green stuff and yellow, even brown stuff? Have you been really getting stuff out? And is it time for you to break the fast? Is it time? Because I'm telling you guys, sometimes it's not the right time to break the fast. Sometimes it's not the right time. Sometimes you got to keep going, because especially with water fasting, it's like the body really does tell you when it's really clean. Usually the body really wants to water fast for weeks, but we're not prepared for that. It's probably not the right time. Because some people have done pharmaceutical drugs, and there's a lot of other factors. So it's complicated. It's a lot more complicated than it was 100 years ago to water fast, like a whole lot more. So, but either way, like, yeah, because it's just more complicated. And so when you're fasting on water, it's like your body really, once it's gotten a good grip of this stuff out for now, it will tell you when if you're really, really dialed in. But with the juice fasting, sometimes it's a little bit more tricky to know. But if you're, generally speaking, if the fast has been difficult, which the more you do and the cleaner you are after the fast, you're going to feel better during the fast, But the more, let's say you had a really good fast where you felt great for most of the time, then breaking the fast, most likely but not all the time. Most likely you'll feel good when breaking it, but not all the time, because I felt completely amazing during my 17-day water fast. And then when I broke it, I was sick for a week. I had my buddy Philip coming, bringing me fruits, and like I was bedridden. And during the fast, I was like, I had so much energy, like I couldn't keep it in my body. And so I went from that to bedridden. So but that's water fasting. That's a whole other ball game. But most people are doing juice fasting, But with the juice fasting, I would say that like if you're juicing, and for the most part, if you're having more of a rough experience during the juicing, and then you break the fast, and you don't go long enough, you break the fast kind of earlier, then you're going to have rough stuff happening. Because I'm telling you, just from yet another time because I've had a long period of time where I hadn't done a fast this long on juices for 3 years. And then even 3 years ago was only 21 days. And then 4 years ago was only 29 days. And I've done plenty of juicing in between there, but nothing, and then 7 years ago or whatever was the 4-month juice fast, right? So it's like, so the longer you go eating food, you really got to be careful. You really got to be careful that that you're going to be controlled. You're going to be chewing and controlling yourself, and not hopping to other foods too quickly. Yeah, not really. That's all really it is. Because especially you get on the cooked food, it can spiral out really quick, and you can just start. It's you guys know it's hard. So I suggest try to stay away from the cooked food as long as you can after breaking a fast. But just know that, like, for me on this last one, it wasn't as pleasant, my body, because I was really, really due for like a longer, like I should have done a lot longer. Like I should have, and it wasn't the right time. I'm glad I did it, but it was like, usually on all the last 4 years of fasting, well, I'd say I don't know. For a long time, I was really, really, really clean. I'm just being honest. After the 17-day water fast and the 29-day and juice fast, and a lot of these other ones, I was really keeping up with it. But over time, I was eating more and more things like I would never eat before, like black beans and who knows what, right? And so over time, it kind of built up. And this 17-day one I just did of juices, I should have went longer because I wasn't feeling super great during most of the fast. I still had a lot of energy and stuff, but I could tell I had some stuff going on in the bowels, and it just added back up, And so then when I broke the fast, it was a good week where I just had these clumps of stuff that just would not come out. And so it would have been smarter to do at least 20 days or 25 or 30 or 40 days, whatever it could have been, to get that stuff out during the juice fast, because that was a big, big, big layer. And now I'm like at a really good baseline again, this is the truth, because guys, trust me, the cleaner you get, the more you can't play around. Okay. You really can't play around. The hose, the garden hose gets like kinked. Oh, it can get kinked really easy, especially if you have, like me, an old like ulcerative colitis basically in my for a lot of my life, insane bowel issues. So you really can't play around. This is just you don't just do some healing stuff and then go back to go into the casino and snorting cocaine. You know what I mean? Like you can, and just eating the buffets of. I mean, you could just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to like keep up with your path, and that's just the honest truth. Like I've never told anyone that I'm like I'm 100% raw. Oh my God, I'm better than everyone else. Not that people who are like that. People who are 100% raw are like that, but some of them for sure are, and they some of them portray it, and some of them it's a closet ego thing for them. For me, I'm just real. I'm like I'm not perfect, but I want to caution you guys that like when you're on the juices, like I said a few videos back, you want to push yourself as many days as you can. Like find any kind of inspiration you can. Just keep drinking the juice, keep making the juice, then you're gonna have to keep drinking the juice. And keep watching inspiring videos and reading inspiring books and being around inspiring people and like, keep pushing yourself because like that there was like a week of like, oh my gosh, and like I should have just done an enema right within that day that I broke the fast, but with the day after I ate the first fruit meal. But I'm trying to do less and less enemas as I go on this path. But it really. And then sometimes you can get confused in that situation. I mean, I knew what was going on. I was like, I know I'm gonna be all right. I just got to get this freaking ball of stuff out. And then I finally did the Puridyme cleanse and a few other things, and it just it was like, cool. I don't need to do the enema. I'm just eating light and just still drinking a lot of juice and really, really getting the good greens But really, you're this 30-foot, 20-foot long small bowel, and then the large bowel, which is the colon, that's 30 feet. And for sure, when you still have this big freaking, you still feel bloated or gassy, and you just feel that there's this stuff that was like loosening up during your juice fast. Maybe it was most of it in the small intestine, and then it's making its way down, but it didn't come out because you started eating other foods too quickly. Like I went pretty quickly. Sometimes I do, though. Sometimes I do, and it's a unique thing. Sometimes it's complicated, but sometimes I do go a little quicker. I do go a lot of the times from my fasting to have fats, like healthy fats and stuff, quicker than most people should. But I have issues that I have an issue that is, well, because of my past, sometimes like very long time ago, I can kind of unveil some of these psychedelic things that are like stuck in my body, and I like trip, and it's like insane. So I don't talk about that much, but sometimes I need to call, like, because it's like I was hardcore with that. That was like very hardcore, even though it was a very long time since I've done that stuff. I went very, very, very far with it. But that's a side tangent. But really, it's not a tangent. It's just the truth. And so, when you have that ball of stuff still in there and you're juicing, and you'll know, is it the right time to really, have you gotten enough garbage out of your body? Because if you still have that ball of stuff, that means you still have diverticulitis, which is like the pockets of bowel pockets, which you can see in an iridology reading. You can just see it in the photo. You can see maybe you still have a prolapsed colon. You probably have some, I'm almost certain you still have probably some pinches, some strictures in your intestinal tract. So, like, and that's what I say all the time, like to clients and friends and whoever. And I try to say it to myself if I'm juicing. Say, when's the next time I'm going to be on day 7 of a juice fast? When's the next time I'm going to be on day 39 of a juice fast? Or, day 108 of a juice fast? Or, when's the next time you're going to be on this? Same with the water. Like, if you know what you're doing, I'm not taking responsibility for anyone water fasting unless I'm around, to like really supervise it. But when's the next time you're going to be on, 3 days of water? Go for 4. Most people can do 3 or 5 days and be okay. But if you've done a lot of hardcore pharmaceutical things, I would not suggest going right into the water fasting. I would ease into that. Ease it in with the fruits and the raw foods and the juice fasting and work your way up. So that's really it. It's like, I know there's kind of a few different tidbits here that relate to my point here. But my point is like, this is very serious. I don't want anyone to struggle. The last week was a struggle, and I'm like, you know what? I should have just pushed, but I just didn't have any reason. I did not have didn't feel supported. I did, and I would have liked to feel a little supported to, hey, what are your goals and why are you really doing this? Because there are some reasons that I'm doing it on the physical, right? Like I said, the GI tract is not perfect, guys. Not, but it is. It's been more perfect before, but you guys, people who have these long-term things, it's always going to be with you on some level, and so. But then you can't be. Most people are not going to be totally too extreme because it's not good for you, man. And I totally respect it. It's good to be extreme about your health, but sometimes you need to have balance. So it's just really important that you guys, when you really want to tap in and tune in to what's going on when you're fasting, so that you can. I know juice fast is not technically a fast. Come on, for the sake of just talking here, you want to tap into what's going on in your body, and the more you must educate yourself. That's why I have all these videos. You must, read the books, watch the videos, look at Dr. Morse, look at the great ones, Dan McDonald, John Rose, all these guys. And then you just, the more that you do this lifestyle and these practices of actually cleansing your body, not like some fake ass cleanse. Guys, 99% of these cleanses, you're literally pissing your money away. And it's not like it's going to help your kidneys filter unless you're taking some herbs. That'll help. So it's all about tapping into what you need and what is true, in the moment. I knew it wasn't the right time to break the fast, but I just didn't. It was not. I didn't feel comfortable to keep going. I didn't feel like I had a push at that moment, and that's what I really needed. So, and that's okay. I take responsibility. I'm not, trying to blame anybody or anything but yeah, sometimes you have different motivation. So I hope you got something out of this. I'm still available for consults. I'm getting some consults again. So that's like, whoa, amazing. I can at least pay for a little bit of like what I'm spending, which is kind of nice. So that's cool. And there's so many ways you can support the channel, like for free. I hate asking, but it does help get the algorithm out there. And then if you know anyone who really is ripe, ripe, if they're ripe and they're ready for my information, send them the video. Or if they're semi-ripe, maybe. But if they're not, there's a point. If they're not ready, they're not ready. Don't even bother. Don't waste your time and energy. But when they're ripe, oh yeah, they're ready to heal, and they don't want to do the allopathic death. I didn't say that. Allopathic trap. Then holler at your boy. Or if they've already done the crazy insanity game there and lost all their money to that and their health, and they've done the radiation and the chemical therapies, and they're still rocking, I have a certain duty to help those people who are in that situation. So holler at your boy. Still available. I still do a little bit of iridology, but not too much of it. Okay, guys. Bless you. May all beings be free. May they all be free.